Hi, welcome to the start of our personal finance course for the summer 2014. Please watch this tutorial to get a better idea of how to manage the course and kind of go through a unit. So far, to get started within the course, you have went through the introduction folder, which has allowed you to watch some tutorials and also participate in a discussion and submit a student questionnaire. And also, if you'll notice here at the bottom, there's a help forum. You can use this forum to post any questions that you may have during the course, because there will probably be another student with a similar question. So make sure you use that, or at any time communicate with your peers or your teacher about problems or issues that you're having. Once that's complete, the very first unit that you're going to start with the course is Unit 1, Financial Planning and Budgeting. This will be our first unit, and it'll go through week of June 16th through June 22nd. So you'll need to click on that unit, and you'll notice within that unit some key things. Every unit will start off with learning targets, so you can click on that file to see what types of things you're going to be learning for that unit. And then you have two options to kind of go through the unit. Over here you see there's a previous and next button. If you click next, it's going to take you to the next folder. So you'll see the next folders or activities that are coming up. The other thing you can do is kind of work your way through the folders yourself. So we have our learning targets. The very first folder you're going to see is readings, assignments, and quizzes. You're going to see a folder for article reviews, projects, and your checklist at the end. Every week, every unit will include the same format: learning targets, readings, assignments, and quizzes, article reviews, projects, and then the checklist at the end, which you'll need to make sure you have everything complete before you move on to the next week. So we always start with learning targets. I'm going to click next, and this will take me into the readings, assignments, and quizzes. And here I will see a couple folders. We're going to be looking at your financial plan, where it all begins, and budgeting, making the most of your money. So I'm going to click next, and it's going to take me to that first folder. You always want to start with those text files, so if you're clicking through, you can click on any one of these and it'll take you there, or you can simply keep hitting the next button and it'll take you through. Once you get to the readings, assignments, and quizzes, the thing you'll want to make sure you pay very close attention to is that you don't miss something. So when I go through here, I'm always going to start with readings, and there'll be lots of videos within this course as well. The very first thing you're going to be doing is watching Your Life, Your Money, which is a documentary. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring up that video. Okay. And you're going to start watching it right here. Make sure you always go back to that screen and then go to the next thing. The next thing you're going to be doing is reading through Unit 1 of the NEFE High School Financial Planning Program Workbook. We're going to be using that throughout the course. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring up a PDF so I can read through the NEFE workbook. You'll notice within this workbook there are some activities, and you can choose to do those. You can print this out and do them in the workbook, or you can do them on a separate piece of paper. It's a good idea to kind of think through those as you go along. You're not going to be required to submit all of those for the course. There will be certain ones that you'll be required to do, and it'll let you know that in the assignments and activities area. So I'm going to go back to my readings and assignments area, and you'll notice when I get done through my readings, there's going to be an assignments and activities area. This says to write a 1/2 page reflection on your life, your money, and submit to your instructor. You're also going to be completing exercise 1C from this reading and submit to your instructor. That is from the NEFE High School Financial Planning Program. So when you click on these, this one will take you right to a submission. Okay, so you'll be able to submit this work within that area. The exercise 1C is going to take you to a Google document where you can complete that. Remember, whenever you pull up a Google document, you're going to need to file, make a copy. You're going to add your last name, to that, hit OK. This will create your own unique file, and then you're going to File, move to your folder, and this is where you're going to want to select the Summer Academy folder you created to share, that you have already shared with me. That will be titled Personal Finance. Okay, so you'll complete this assignment here. And then when you're ready to submit, you will copy and paste this URL into the assignment area. So it says submit to your instructor. I'm going to submit this and copy and paste into the submission area. Alright, so always go back to the screen when you're clicking off these links by hitting the back arrow, or just going back to the tab if it opens in a new tab. And then lastly, you have a quiz down here. Each quiz will have a learning target, so make sure to pay attention to that. It says right here, I can define and explain financial planning and budgeting terminology, including. So here's some of the terms and concepts that you need to know before you take the quiz. So make sure you know those. If you've read through and done these activities and assignments, you should be well on your way. You can also use these resources within while you're taking the quiz. So how do you get to the quiz? There's a couple different things you can do depending on how you're going through the course. I can click the back arrow here, and it's going to take me to that main hub for that folder. And you see here, here's your money, your life reflection, exercise 1C, and unit 1 quiz A. So I can just click here on the quiz, or if you want to just continue hitting next, you can go through. After you've done the readings activities, it'll pull up your money, your life reflection. So it'll show here if you've submitted or not. You can kind of check and make sure that you've done that. Keep hitting next. Exercise 1C SMART goals. Okay, have you done that? If not, you can find the assignment right here once again. Click next, and then you will see your quiz. Okay, so that'll come up here when it is available. And then I can click next, and it's going to take me to the next folder within that course, which is very similar to the one you just saw. A text file of readings, assignments, and activities. Links, quiz at the end. So I can click next and keep going through this after I've read and watched all of those resources. Here's an assignment, build a budget for Jessica. Click next. It's my spending habits reflection. Click next. Quiz B. So once again, you'll find the learning target for that quiz on that first readings, assignments, quizzes area. Click next, and then it's going to take you to the next piece, which is our article reviews. So each unit includes readings, assignments, and quizzes. It'll include article reviews, and then projects, and then a checklist at the end. So within the article review, I'm just going to click through. Every week you will be doing article reviews, and this is to mainly see that you can apply some of the concepts you're learning to what's going on in the news, you know, what some current issues are, what are some trends, what are some ideas that you can kind of knowledgeably sort through information and resources and share that knowledge. So the learning target to explore this week is going to be, I can identify strategies to stay on track with a spending plan. So you're going to do some research around that. Here's the document that you're going to be using. It's weekly article review. You'll be using that every week. So it says, please read, watch one of the posted articles and videos. Got a typo there. Let's fix that. And then reflect below. Okay, so here's some prompts for you. When it refers to one of the resources listed, you'll notice that I have some videos, how to budget, envelope budgeting, some articles here, some questions to think about. What strategies did you learn to help people manage their budget? Will you use a budget to monitor your spending and accomplish your goals? A statement that you can kind of ponder and think about. So I want you to watch at least one of the resources that I've posted. You can watch more if you'd like. What resource did you watch that I provided? And here's where you'll put your reflection. And then moving on, this is where you're going to search for some of your own information and resources. So you're going to look for 2 different resources. What were they? Put the name, link, and a little bit of a summary. And then you're going to be able to submit that using the link at the top of the page. So I'm going to go back here to the article review area, and I'm going to click through next. Here's my description of the project, link to the document I just showed you. Click next. Here's the resource forum. So after you've done some research, you're going to post in here one of the resources that you found that you thought was very informative or very helpful, or maybe you thought was misleading or shocking or something that you think was important that you want to discuss with your classmates. So you're going to post that here, the resource, the link to the resource, and some information about it. And then you're going to also reply to at least one of your classmates' posts. You're more than welcome to do more and engage in some discussion around these topics, but you're required to post one initial thing and post one reply. All right, I'm going to click next, and that's going to take you to the end of the unit projects. Click next. We have for unit 1, project number 1 is creating some SMART goals for yourself, putting the plan in action project, then submit here. Project number 2 is creating a budget, sample budget. So here's the project, here's a sample spreadsheet that you can use to create it, and here's a submission. So remember, you can submit here, you can get all these resources here, but you can also click through next and kind of check through that. So here's project number 1, here's where you'd submit. Here's project number 2, and the resources and where you'd submit. And then it'll take you to the final piece of each unit, which is the checklist. So you can go through that and check all these off. All readings are complete, including videos. The 3 assignments for this unit are listed here. There was 2 quizzes, there was an article review and a discussion board, and there was 2 projects. So you want to make sure you have all those things complete before you move on to the next week. And you'll notice up here at the top, if I hit next, I am moving on or I would move on if it was open, to the next week 3. Alright, you'll notice back at the main screen, you can also have, see links to your assignments, quizzes, files, discussions, all at the bottom. That's not going to be necessarily in an organized fashion, so I think it'll be much easier for you to kind of click through within your folders. You're going to see some upcoming dates. You have your calendars, things that are due, things you should be working on. Updates is the area where you're going to see some all-course messages for you. So the really important thing is, if you have any questions or are struggling, or if anything comes up along the way, that you need to communicate that with your teacher right away. You can do that through the message center right here. So click message, and you can send a message out to your teacher. There's a help forum within the introduction folder right here, and you can also email and call me as well. If you need more assistance than that, we can set up a time to meet, or a phone call, or something that'll work for both of us. So please make sure you communicate with your teacher, and good luck and have fun this summer.